You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Pace on the Road. We are live here at Green Irene's Green Room.
The Green Room. It's specifically set up for Karma. And you know what? I got to hit a record button over there. I'm going to let you introduce while we finish setting up and getting ready.
All right, good stuff. Another thing that we're doing today for the first time, not only are we here on StreamYard, which is also on Facebook, and we're on Twitter as well, but we're also streaming live on our Spreaker account with the audio of it.
Which is really cool. It means we're reaching hundreds of thousands of people.
Oh, well, yeah, we got potential to reach people in countries all around the world that, Jamaica, Portugal, Poland.
I met someone at the start of this summer from Poland who said to me, I heard, and she remembered one of the stories she had heard on Pace Radio, and where we were talking about medicinal and how it was, during the legalization and all that, where different countries were, and she was just so happy. She said, we really helped educate her and her family.
Oh, good.
Like,
good.
I mean, that's rewarding.
It is, exactly. When people come up and tell you that, I've got one of those stories myself years ago. A friend Mike and I went to a Christmas party, and there were some people there, and they started talking to us about cannabinoids and stuff. And Mike and I look at them and said, wow, holy smokes, where'd you learn that? And he said, well, we come over and watch one of your documentary movies. I didn't have a clue. I didn't recognize them. So, yeah, you just never know. You're going to run into somebody who you've actually educated and not even realized.
And not even realize it. Yeah. And that's the wondrous thing about, this one's really stuck. The cannabinoids must have been great yesterday because that's stuck solid. So I'm going to have to dig out another chamber. But it's one of the great things. You have no idea how many people you're going to influence. Like that saying goes, just smile at everybody because you don't know if that really made the difference in somebody's day or not,
you never know who's watching whether we're live or they watch it down the road as a podcast. When people hear other people's stories or just hear people talking about cannabis.
Well, this is it. Talking about cannabis, talking about it. That was my big thing when I first got into the cannabis industry was removing that stigma.
Yeah.
Getting rid of it.
Yeah.
Getting rid of that attitude.
Yes.
That went along with it because it's too archaic. And learning what I've learned and events like Karma Cup, which we're enjoying some of the samples from today, some of the entries from Karma Cup. These events help you to find new strains. It helps the craft cannabis connoisseurs who are looking for that unique flavor and that funness and the creativity of cannabis.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I mean, topical.
Well, like when it comes to the edibles, you can see the different kinds of edibles that people are making. You go, holy smokes! You can make cannabis out of cannabis.
In everything,
everything.
We were at Legacy 420. Look at the freezies. They were awesome for the summer. Not too heavy hitting.
You're correct.
Refreshing.
Yeah.
And medicated.
Medicated on top of that.
Right?
Exactly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my chamber all cleaned out.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Good. You got the lid off of it then.
I do.
Okay.
Well, this was a different one. I had to put the other one. The other one is over here to be cleaned. I saved my ABV already in date.
Yeah.
We use it in making like our bath salts. I will render it down into an oil and then add that oil to my bath salts with some other salts.
Some people used to call it Duff.
Duff?
Yeah.
Why Duff?
I don't know. Maybe something to do with Homer Simpson or something. I haven't got a clue.
Like Duff beer?
Maybe. I don't know. That's what we used to call it, Duff. So.
Okay, so before I got here today to get my day going, I had my morning wake a bake cup And I think I found my absolute
Oh,
favorite
yeah?
strain. Oh my God, take a whiff of this. Wait till you try that.
Mmm. That smells good.
Isn't that lovely? This is Hybrid 16. If any of you follow us on Facebook, you will know that we are, I was bragging about this all day today. And
Irene's got a call. That's where she's going.
sorry, guys.
She had to go answer the phone.
Multiple things happening simultaneously.
That's right.
So yeah, this morning I bragged about this and I said, oh, I can't wait for Al to get here because we are definitely doing this on the chamber. So I've got the volcano already souped up. She's nice and hot.
Nice.
The weed is already ground and ready to go.
I always find like when you use the volcano and you vaporize, you can really get the flavor.
Oh, right.
Oh yeah.
Well, you get everything. You're not flash evaporating it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And depending on how you set your temperatures, you can get all of the terpenes first and then increase your temperatures.
Right. Exactly. Because they come off at different levels.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
And different cannabinoids are released at different points in time. But really, the ones that seem to matter medicinally that we've studied the most are all within 5 degrees of each other. So even though THC is released at 347 degrees Fahrenheit, I bring my temperature up to 386. At 420, because we have a balloon on here, we are catching the cannabinoids, but they're kind of burnt. They're cooked just a little too much, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I find for my chamber, 386 really kind of works good for the strains across the board. So I have found with some of our samples, I've had to decrease the temperature or increase the temperature. So one of the reasons I decreased the temperature was because I found the bud was very moist.
Yeah.
So I wanted to dry it out a little bit. So we did one balloon first with just at a lower temperature and then sorry. Hey, Karma Days.
Karma
is
Days.
Karma
I know,
right?
I know,
Oh my
I know.
word.
I know.
I sent a picture to a girlfriend of mine and I said, you won't be hearing from me for a while, but I'll be back. It's Karma Haze Days. I love it though.
So this is in the volcano again.
Yeah.
This is Bud Hybrid 16.
Yeah, my absolute favorite so far. And I really want to know who it is that grows that and where I can find it when Karma Cup's over. And isn't that one of the great things about these competitions? Trying new buds. Not everybody gets to a nug
That's
spot.
right. You got, like when I walked in here, like it's obviously not on camera, but the table, your table is just covered in samples.
It's amazing. The judge kit this year is so beautiful. The things that were in our judge kit, I mean, there's all the typical things, our tray and our torch, and these are lovely gifts to get in your swag bag. Oh, and of course our beautiful little nectar collector, the dab nut. Those are things we kind of sort of come to expect. But Pure have put in a beautiful throw mat, which is at the balcony. Yeah, it was on camera the other day.
Good.
And some pictures taken of it.
Yeah, wow.
And the sponsors this year went really all out. I mean, it was my first year getting involved as a supporter, so I threw in a couple little keychains and stuff.
Right, yeah, because you put a swag bag in the kit, right?
I did. But that is also to get people to win some prizes. There is a ticket in there that you can put your name in on the list, and you can win some really cool resin or handcrafted boxes, much like my toolkit here that I'm using. It's just a nice handcrafted wooden box, right? And they're nice to have. So those are available as prizes, and if you got a swag bag, then you got a ticket number in there. Enter the draw. Speaking of draws to enter.
Yes, we're doing a draw today. A weekend pass.
Weekend pass to Karma Cup. How cool is that? I think they're like $45 in tax, right? So, and we actually have 2 to give away.
Nice.
Right? Nice. How cool is that?
Very nice. Very good. That way, 2 people win, 4 people go. Because probably more likely you're going to have Are they both going to the same winner or two different winners?
Two different winners.
Two different winners.
How's
that's
that?
right.
I would think, right?
Yeah.
That way we get 4 people, 4 more
That's right.
people at the show.
Yeah, because they're going to bring somebody.
That's right. And Karma Cup really is Christmas and Halloween all rolled into one for anybody who loves cannabis.
Well, the last one I went to, my understanding, there was like somewhere around about 10,000 for like a day into the spot.
Wow.
And like it's there's a lot of people in there.
Well, I know there were a lot. One of my first years out of the wheelchair, I went to Karma Cup, and a girlfriend of mine came down as moral support, but she stayed at the Karma House while I went to the event with other friends.
Yeah.
But I'm very nervous in crowds, especially having just gotten out of the hospital bed and the wheelchair and such.
Sure.
And so I'm thinking, oh, this is not going to be good. All these people. It was beautiful. I stood in the middle of about what felt like 10,000 people, so maybe it was. And there were people milling around and smiles on their faces, and everybody had that chill vibe. There's no conflict. There's no shoving and pushing, and I need and I want, and it was just beautiful.
Everybody's laid back.
Yeah, it's like, here, buddy, you haven't got to do, have a do.
Yeah, yeah.
Stack her up.
Little groupings formed here and there.
Yeah, it's a 420. It is somewhere. Spread her out.
Somewhere.
Right. What do you think of this strain?
Good. Very nice.
It's got amazing flavor. I loved the smell, but I can't quite put my taste buds on. But I keep thinking watermelon.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
But it's something familiar, right?
Yeah.
Should we try one more chamber? I think
Let's
there's another
do
chamber.
another chamber.
All right, let's do another chamber. We got to know. Inquiring minds want to know.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah, I mean, Karma Cup is awesome. We got 2 great tickets. You're going to love it. What were some of your other experiences at Karma Cup besides lots of people? Even the lots of people, it's not overwhelming. For people who suffer sensory overload, pick me.
Oh, yeah,
right?
I wasn't overwhelmed. It was crowded, but I wasn't overwhelmed by the amount of people there. It was just great to see all the people that were there. And, you could just turn around. You could put the mic in anybody's face because there's just so many people there. And, people were wanting to talk.
Oh, people love the experience. First timers. So after my first experience, I raced home and told my brother all about it. And my brother has been a stoner since he was about 9. Okay. Mm-hmm. He didn't realize it, but he was probably using it for medicinal purposes, just not knowingly. My brother was diagnosed with some conditions as an infant. He had juvenile arthritis. He was born with juvenile arthritis and told by our family doctor he would never walk.
Hey, dude. Wookie's wrapped in Wookie's getting wrapped in the cord there.
There you go, my boy.
There you go.
There you go, my boy. Mama.
That's okay.
And here we have Wookie.
Wookie, yeah.
He says, hey, I leave, I come back, and who's this on my spot? Who's this in my spot? Oh, give your bear. Good. Come on in, a Wookie has an envelope, so I'm going to hand this to Al and give him to you. You can maybe tuck him away for me, and then come on back and join in the balloon. We're just finishing off hybrid number 16.
Okay.
Yeah, and then maybe he'll behave when he comes in.
Be calmed down.
Yeah. Do you think watermelon?
I'm tasting it better with peppery.
Gary said that too. Gary said peppery.
On a different strain, or on this one.
On this one.
Yeah, I guess
I
got
this
pepper.
one did in a joint.
Yeah, we're doing it in a bag, and I still said peppery.
That's interesting. So maybe my taste buds are just
Well, there's a big difference between watermelon and pepper, I think.
Karma Hayes days. There, you'll have to grab this seat here. We're using that one as a table. But come on through. You can drop that back down to the floor and step over it. There you go.
Gary's walking by the camera there.
He's playing skip rope.
Yeah, he's knocking all over. Well, you're not gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do it during right during the reef reporters. I'll be wheeling my hands around. and all of a sudden I'll hit my mic and whoop.
Right? How true is that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know.
All of a sudden it's gone.
I had to, yeah, well, and then the one day I'm sitting there and I've got a joint in my mouth. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm talking away and oh, let me write that down. I put my joint down on the papers. It's lit.
Yeah.
And I start to write over here and it's like, what have I done? Caught myself, but you know, that happens when we start multitasking. And
Well, before I forget, on the multitasking, there's something I was going to say when you're talking about, we're talking about the amount of people at the cup.
Yeah.
The last cup, somebody's talking to me on your computer.
content. Go ahead.
And Sarah filmed this.
Okay.
Get their, like, the lineup to get in. That last cup was huge. Huge. It was down the road, around the corner, down the road, around the corner, and down the road. Sarah filmed it, and she felt so bad for the people that were way back there.
That's crazy. But
We got to get there early.
oh, absolutely. We're there the night before. We're camping out.
You might not be a bad idea.
Right? But yeah, no, it's
Well,
not busy because people love it that much.
Yeah.
They really just genuinely do.
Yeah.
So on that note, if you want to finish that balloon off, let's tell them a little bit about what's happening this year. As you all know already from some of the other shows, there are a lot of entries. And as Al said, when he came in, I've got them all out on the table. I have sent some home with people because we were here Sunday having the Karma Kit party, introducing the green room.
The table's covered.
Yeah.
And you got things all divided up in little baskets.
Well, you know, you got to know what you're grabbing, right? So, not that it matters by the end of the day, but one of the things Gary and I were talking about beforehand was the difference between this competition and other. All competitions are a little bit different.
Yeah.
So for example, the Indigenous Cannabis Cup, it was rate the items in order of. So it was comparing the hybrid, which should have first place, second place, third place.
Yeah.
For the 3 items that were listed there. Whereas with Karma, it's on the merit of the unit itself, of the entry itself.
It's like 10 questions on each one.
Yeah, it's like, how did this smell? How did it taste? How did it look? Did it have seeds in it?
Yeah.
Did you get any medicinal benefit from it? Which, for the record,
Would you buy it?
Would you buy it?
Yeah.
Right? And like I said, I can't wait to find out who it is that grew this one, because I know this is going into my apothecary. You like my apothecary? Yes. Several strains, topicals, everything and anything you need, cannabis for health and wellness. Because I practice what I preach. You do.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So,
yeah, it's very, quite thorough. You know, I've been involved in some before that don't have as many questions.
I think new ones are getting started.
Yeah, and then some of them have had number systems. You know, you add up numbers.
Oh man, you're asking a stoner to do math after judging a bunch of samples? That wasn't heavily thought through, or that was a stoner moment.
Well, that's a good thing about writing it down.
I love it. Well, you see, I don't know if you
it's
guys...
great that they give you these.
Well, see, actually what she gives us, it was cute because I asked, oh, can I get a couple of those? She said, no, just as simple as that, straight up. I love Sarah. And I'm hoping if Sarah has the time, and don't count on it, friends, because she is a busy lady.
Busy.
But I'm hoping to ask her to join us very soon. Al and I will talk about that shortly. But this book here is our judging book. And as you can see, it's really well laid out. How to make sure we mark our numbers, like, you know, how to tag our photos. There's a competition for the photos. And then this is exactly.
So the judges can take photos of the product that they are judging.
Yep.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then they themselves could win something for taking that photo.
We can win a judge kit.
Really?
Right?
Wow.
How cool is that? We
That's
would be adding that to the Pottober party that happens in late October after Harvest Fest or Crop Fest.
That's Crop Fest, however you want to call it. That's right.
right?
Cool.
So that would be awesome. So yeah, everything I do, and I think it, growers put so much love. It really is a labor of love.
Mhm.
We put so much into growing our girls and then making products with our girls. We really do want to share that.
Yeah.
So I
Good.
love to be promoted for that. That, hey, you know what did you think of those tomatoes? I don't want to give you a bushel of tomatoes and never hear from you again. I want to know that
Want
you
some
liked them, you
feedback.
hated them.
Yeah.
So I love that we put the pictures up.
Yeah. Feedback.
Yeah.
So you're going through there?
Yeah, sorry. So
No, I jumped in on the
no,
photo
that's
thing.
cool. That's cool. That's one of the great things about being able to sit in the sesh room, right? I call it the green room because I'm green Irene, but I don't know what it really is. It's just to hang out and do the green.
It's the office at my place.
There you go. Yeah, it's usually my desk, but my desk is a whole different story. So it shows you how to fill it out online and all that sort of stuff. And every item is listed. So we have 18 indicas. We have
18.
18 indicas. We have, oh gosh, an insane number of hybrids as well. 18 hybrids. Oh, yeah. 19 indicas, 18 hybrids, 9 sativas. And so each one, and you judge it on its own merit. So this is its list, and you judge it according to these things. Ultimately, everybody's judging on the different buds on their own at different times.
Yeah.
It really is a fair, open judging system.
And then you turn around, you take these numbers that you've recorded,
Yep.
you go to the Karma Cup website, and you input all those numbers into the computer.
Exactly.
Now, do you have any recommendations? Would you do it all at once, or because I believe you can save it, would you do a bit at a time?
Okay, well, when you go on to the judging, you have to judge that whole category. So if you want to go on and judge, say, one of the hybrids, you can't. You got to do all the hybrids at once.
Yeah.
So here's how I thought was best to do it. Number one, I'm irresponsible when I'm partaking and indulging as much as I am during Karma days.
Right.
That being said, I love having the book to keep track and keep record. I also have these that, so for example, when I send a kit home with you, or I send a kit home with the friends who are here on Sunday, I photocopied the recording, the judging pages. So even if I don't have my book handy, I've got one of these pages handy. I can mark it down. I collect all of these a couple of days before the final date that judging has to be in. And then, so when I have multiple numbers in this under the same column, I give the median number. So if a bunch of us tested it, then I get the median number for that.
Right.
I might have thought it was great. You might have thought it was awful.
Well, yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly.
So,
you might have thought it was watermelon, and we might have thought it was pepper.
That's right. So the flavors that you got off of that last, what we just did on the blue, what flavors did you get from that?
I'm not sure. It was definitely a peppery
See?
taste.
Yeah.
But it's always different off the balloon.
Oh no, he called it right away.
I called it right away.
You'll get more pronounced taste from the joint, I find. Get the hit. Oh, that's tasty. They're sort of on the exhale. You find I find the taste.
Oh yeah. See,
No,
I find it on the
I'm a
email,
joint
but
smoker, right?
yeah.
I'm a joint smoker as well. So you understand.
So there you have it. This is what Karma Cup judging is all about. And now we've got a bunch of samples we're going to try.
Yeah.
So to give you an idea.
Well, I saw this when we came in, and I noticed that there was 2 different packages.
That's right.
And they're the same category. I go, well, I said, what's with the 2 why is there 2 packages? And you said,
well, it's because she had so many entries this year, she ran out of packaging and had to go back to first year packaging for some of the entries. How freaking cool is that? That means our judge kit was awesome. You've seen it. I'm telling you.
So what are we going to try next?
Oh, and you know what? You're my guest, please.
Okay, let's try number 8.
Hybrid number 8.
Bud hybrid number 8.
Awesome. Bud hybrid number 8. Shall we roll and do a little bit on the vape or do a full roll?
Not enough to vape anyway.
Okay.
Some of them are. Some of them are huge.
Yeah, because you can always just put a small amount in a vaporizer easier than you can put a small amount in a joint.
That's right. But like he said, a lot of the joints a lot of the buds that we're given this year are large enough to do both. To do a nice sized joint and do a nice size.
I know when I had a kit there, well, it was 4 years ago. That like that kit lasts. Like you do your sample, you do your judging, and you know, there's stuff left over.
You can judge 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
You know, there's some people who want to maybe put the whole body into a joint. That's up to the judge,
Sure,
right?
Right. Yeah.
You know, maybe they want to do a nice big dab. I don't know, but there's leftovers.
There is, and it's one of the reasons my experience to date is I love having the kit. I love getting the judging kit. I always get in on the early bird or before, ahead of time to say, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then it's share. Get everybody judged on this. Back when I had the cafe, I had really, unfortunately, the timing didn't work out.
Papers? Yeah, we got some papers over here. These came in the package, in the kit.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got a choice between some silver smoking, which are masters, or we got some Gazé browns.
I like these.
You're a happy Gazé person, eh?
Yeah.
I'm a happy
They don't
Gazé
leave
person
any
too.
residue
Are you?
behind.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. They don't leave residue behind?
No, very, very little.
Yeah.
And they won't. Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't do a lot of the rolling anymore. I'm the one who says, hey, can you wrap one up? I'll be out. Or coming over, wrap a couple, kind of thing. But mind you, when I do sit down to roll, what I'll do is I'll take a bunch and I'll roll up about 200 at a time. And then we just enjoy that, right?
And smoke for the afternoon.
And smoke for the afternoon.
I got all pre-roll anywhere from 6 to 12 joints for the day.
Okay.
And if there's anything left over for the next day, it just means I have to roll less the next day.
That's right.
But sometimes it depends on the day. Maybe I have to roll more. But I just find myself pre-roll joints is so easy. I've seen people struggle out in the cold, crappy weather trying to roll joints.
Oh no! Give me the pre-wraps. Yeah. I like the pre-wrapped. I don't like trying to wrap. Now, mind you, my papa would have been great to have back in the day, because that man, for tobacco, would put the tobacco in the paper in his pocket, slide his pan down, come back up with the cigarette into his mouth and light it.
They're good at it.
Right?
Yeah, I've seen people do it with one hand.
Yeah, craziness.
But not in your pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That restricts your movement. And
we have filters on the table, but you don't want to do that, so... maybe up in that box, filter material. There might even be a box of filters in there. But so that gives you an idea of what the judging was all about. We talked about that, but now what's the actual
pre-roll? Was there pre-roll joints?
Yeah.
There
really was. There was a couple of different things, but the one in particular that I'm giggling about was by Wonderland, and the strain was called Jealousy. It was infused with live resin, and it was a 1 gram cone. Oh my heaven! It was fabulous. And am I wrong?
No, that was good. Jealousy on the way to bed.
There you go, right? It was just that good. It was really, and it tasty. Again, I just thinking about the flavor.
I bet it's got some 10s on its test list.
It was a swag.
It was a swag joint, wasn't it?
It would have, even though we can only score 9 at the highest number, it would have gotten 10s. Oh, for sure. You know what? It was an awesome pre-roll. There's also some really cool vapes that are in there this year. There was one, my daughter couldn't wait to have it because it was in a Mario box, and it was from, I believe, Honeybees. I'm not sure. She announced it on Sunday anyways, but she was taking that one home with her. She loved it. She's taking it to powwow because it was so convenient, right? And then Tasty THC, they put in a beautiful swag.
Yeah, I see them at events.
Oh, and have you had their candies?
Yeah, I've had some a couple of years ago when all the events were going on.
That's got nice
And
flavor.
they were
Taste
down
that.
at the ICC, weren't they?
They definitely were.
Yeah.
And I love their jellies. They melt. They don't stick to your teeth.
Yeah, I know a patient that was ordering from them.
I have a couple of patients that do now as well. Yeah. What do you think of that flavor?
I don't know.
It's got an interesting flavor. Spark it up. Be the
All
first.
right.
All right. And so what we're trying now is Bud Hybrid number 8. So I kept telling everybody, we've got all kinds of announcements to make. They can win the Karma Cup tickets to the event for the weekend. So there is a weekend pass for two different people, 2 tickets. Karma Cup weekend passes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So these are about, like I said, about $45 and for the weekend.
Yeah.
So those of you, if you don't win, definitely get down there anyway. It's certainly affordable. And well worth the visit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link up that they can go to sign up. That's how you win.
So there's no guessing of a question.
No.
There's no searching for us all over Facebook at all the different locations that we're at.
Exactly.
To see who got the answer right and who got it first. And there's no problem that way.
Exactly. See this page? There's the link. I'm going to share it.
Yeah.
This is the page that we're sharing right now. Here it is, a weekend pass. And here's how you enter. You fill out the form below, and then you click the enter button. Then you tune in next Tuesday to, you want to announce the new?
To the new show here on the network.
Perfect, yeah. And we're going to be sharing a lot of details about that. So next Tuesday at noon, if you can see the screen, you're probably already reading it. But yeah, we got a new show coming. It's Green Irene's THC Talk Time. Because man, can I talk, right?
You can talk. Yeah. No problem there.
And you should see some of the weed has made me very, very chatty.
Very chatty. Yes.
So basically, they got to fill out this form.
Should we call it Chatty THC time?
Chatty. Green Irene's THC. Yeah. That's a long word, though.
Stay away from the hybrid.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
And really, like and share the post that sent you to this page. Whatever sent you here, like and share it out if you can. We really do appreciate all of the support of you sharing. So filling this out, what do we want from you? We want to know your email address and your first name. Other than that, if you want to tell us which shows you listen to, we like to know what you're tuning into. Maybe we can help add some more.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite thing about cannabis? Now, those 2 questions you really don't have to answer, but we appreciate it if you do. You know, inquiring minds want to know. Then you click the button and boom, you're in the contest. Next Tuesday, all of those names will be put here and we spin the wheel. And this generator, it's a free online generator. They've done all the work. I'm not going to reinvent it.
Everybody can watch and see
whose name gets
drawn.
Yeah. I love sitting in the middle. This is kind of cool. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I'm
That's usually my spot.
Yeah. It's always a double token in the middle. Which way did this come from? Where's it going? It starts off to the left.
Right.
Yeah.
It gets lost.
That's why.
And then we have our, just so that everybody knows, this is where you can get to find out about the Karma Cup. TheKarmaCup.com. It'll tell you everything you need to know, how to get a judge pass. And Al, I bragged about the judge passes because, my God, they are so flippin' beautiful today, this year. Where did I put my judge pass? I was yipping off. I was so proud of it. And now it seems to be, it's right beside you, Al, hanging on the chair.
Oh, right here.
Perfect. Check this out, my friend.
Oh, my God. Look at that.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh, looks like a belt buckle. It's not just a piece of paper and laminate.
That's what it reminded me of, was a belt buckle. So this is your judge pass, which is totally awesome. I'm super excited to have mine this year. And then we're done sharing. But yeah, so this is the judge pass, and I don't know how well you can see it, but you know what? Maybe you'll just have to meet me at the Karma Cup in person and say, let me see that pass, because I will be wearing it. So I'm thinking, I don't know why I got onto the judge pass. So go to thekarmacup.com to find out more about the event. because we're going to talk about the new and exciting things we've got coming up.
Yes. We've got, your new show.
Okay, yes.
Right? Now, I can't say much more than we can talk about your show, but there are more programs, more shows coming up. I can think of 3 or 4 more shows that are going to be added to the network.
Guys, you're going to be so excited. If you're not already signed up with the Pace Radio Network, you need to be, because our lineup, our platform, our lineup of shows is just phenomenal this fall.
Like starting next week, Monday to Friday, we've got a show broadcasting every day through the week. And some days there's multiple shows.
That's right. Well, Monday we have the Reefer Reporters.
Yeah.
And that is, please. We have Reefer Reporters, and that is with you and Glenn.
No, it's Kelly and myself on Monday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Tuesday will be TAC Talk Time. And we got to tell people about what TAC is Talk Time. We'll get that.
Okay, it's not just me yipping about stuff. Yeah. Green Irene's THC Talk Time. We're going to be exploring the medical world, the recreational world. We're going into dispensaries that are OCR, Ontario Cannabis Store dispensaries.
OCS.
They've been open. Retail is where I went to, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but so we're going to talk to them. They've been open for a while. Some of them have been open since the beginning of time. Yeah. Find out how this fledgling industry is actually starting to flush itself out. See what's happening. There are dispensaries on every corner, up and down the roads. How are you competing with your friend down the road?
Hey, maybe we can send you to Marmor where they don't have a store. You can talk to people there who want one.
And
you're starting into the election cycle here for your municipal councils.
Absolutely. Let's get to Marmora. Let's get to these towns and talk at council and say, how does the public feel about that? What is your objection? What kind of information have you available to you? Because you know what, some objections may be very real. Yeah. I only say that because the therapist in me says you have to see both sides of the coin and never make assumptions. Always ask for more information if you don't have all the facts. But the reality is, I can't see any reason you wouldn't want pot industry in your neighborhood. I mean, it's great for tax from a governmental perspective.
Yeah, like for something like that, you could, if you know somebody in a location, whether it's a small town up near up north, if you know somebody there that maybe could arrange, or if you contact the municipal office, maybe they can put you in touch with the people who are running in the elections, because once the writs drop, nobody's in a position, right?
That's right. And so that being said,
find out who's running and say,
Let's find out what your communities actually say, not just what you think they might be saying.
Maybe, I don't know, are you looking at maybe going just onto the street?
Maybe.
And just say, hey, go to the 4 corners and say, hey.
But wouldn't that be interesting to find out a little bit here and a little bit there?
Yeah.
Talk to some of the dispensaries around. And I also think it's great that we get to go onto the reservation and see what's happening there with those dispensaries, because they are under different licensing, right? Yeah. And I don't want to give away all the secrets right now, but we're going to share all of that information, again, to educate our audience. It's about cannabis education. Information is power, and the more informed we are, the better equipped we are to make choices and decisions that are good.
Yeah, decisions. And there's people out there that would never step into a store because, I know people who won't even step into a hydroponics store.
For fear of being...
fear who's parked across the street. Yeah. Do you have a camera? So on and so forth.
We had that issue in Tennessee.
There's people that won't go into a cannabis store, that's for sure.
Right. It's very and we did.
So
we had that stigma
through your show. That'll maybe I give somebody an opportunity.
And who to talk to when they go into the store if they're a little bit shy about it or not sure that what words to call things. Mm-hmm. The newbie medicinal user right through to this Stone Age legacy hippie hangover. is visiting these stores. I'm in them almost every day. You just ask the dispensaries from here to Georgian Bay. I pop in and I talk to them and I ask, what's new, what's happening? They get new strains in all the time. All of this stuff we're going to be sharing on the show, right? In addition to that.
Do you think you're going to run into any maybe oppositions from some stores where they say that they don't really, they're worried about advertising regulations or anything along that line? Like I know myself, I approached the store about, I approached them through somebody else. Somebody was holding an event at a store, and I said, well, hey, I'll come over and I'll put it on the network.
Right.
So he said, well, I'll check with the store first.
Right.
So they wrote me back and said, well, they have to check with
head office and that sort of thing. Yeah. And I do believe that even going back so much as even just as soon as 6 months to a year ago, because things have changed so much in this industry. And once again, I'm really grateful to have done the research that I've done and be as well versed on the various subjects that I am. Because some of the laws and legislation literally said, thou shalt not smell the color number 9, more or less. Okay? Because there's a part of the early regulations that your signage cannot promote or invoke an emotion.
no.
Well, how the fuck do I prevent another human being from having emotions, right? Now, I mean, the ridiculousness of that obviously cannot be imposed. But those of us that were in the business and striving to become a well-established, respectable company, we really wanted to follow the rules and regulations as adherently as is logically possible. Right. So I do understand a little bit of the frightening behind it. Now, I think the fact that again, Pace Radio is people who are advocating cannabis education. Right. And you have been this since the beginning of the time. I have never seen in even your early years, your network producing or promoting that whole stoner stigma. I mean, yeah, we get a little high here and there.
Right.
But we really don't.
More along the serious line of things.
Right.
That's what it's been.
And
all the way through, because it's in the name. That's why I named people advocating cannabis education, because that's what we're doing. That's what we want to do, is educate people. It's, it's not it's not about party. Even, there was lots of weekends, long weekends, spending one-on-one with people at large shows going on in Toronto. Yeah. Just talking with them or writing about, events. Because when you did that, then somebody else read the story or the article and they said, hey, that's a good idea. I can do that too.
That's right. Grassroots. You had grassroots back in the day. And you still have a show on the Pace Radio.
Yeah, it's archived right now.
It's archived. Well, some industry has changed so dramatically, come and go, back and forth, up and down, that doesn't surprise me in the slightest. There's Gary's butt. Everybody applaud Gary's butt. So since Gary moved everybody, I have to share a quick personal story. My grandson's here the other day, and he sneaks up on his papa, and he gives his papa a little bolt in the butt, like a little punch in the butt cheek. He's 6 years old. Punches papa in the butt cheek. Poor papa farted, cheated right at the same time.
Oh.
Papa says, see, don't punch the papa.
Oh.
So that was really, and Finn just thought that was right? But he thought that was so great.
They would.
Remember for life.
Yeah.
That
probably.
You don't.
I punch Papa.
Don't we normally? You don't pull Papa's finger, right?
Yeah.
Well, you don't punch Papa in the butt.
Well,
that thing punches back.
Yeah.
That was a really good joint. You can try if you like, but we can move on to something else. So Green Irene's THC Talk Time. It's just that. Let's go and talk to people who are in the industry. I want to talk to chefs. I look so forward to the day that we're going to have this in restaurants where we can ask participants their menu.
Tamara, Cartwright there, my co-host on the Pace Radio show.
Yeah.
That's what she's working in a bakery and a bakery catering type business.
Yeah.
And that's what she's looking forward to. is being able to do that type infused as an offering as a business.
That's right.
Baked items.
I know I would have parties hosted that way.
Yeah.
I know it would be really cool to rent Buddy's restaurant on his off day, hire his staff. That way he knows they know how to handle the equipment.
Yeah.
And have an infused party. So you have somebody standing over them saying, we need this much in those and that much in this, and that's it. And host those parties. I'd go to those dinner parties, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Well, see, I certainly Pace did sort of hold those parties.
Oh.
Yeah. Well,
see, I'm newer.
Well, so what we did for years, and like I'm talking years, is we had anywhere from 2 to 4 grow up tournaments.
Okay.
And what that is the grow up is a board game. Think of Monopoly.
Yeah.
We have 4 sides with different values of properties.
Right.
You can get so much more money for your hotels and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
Well, you do the same thing with this, but with cannabis, and you rent their properties. And depending on the size of the property, it can depend on the size of your garden.
Okay.
So you have to buy equipment, and you have to buy your clones, and then you have to hold your clones for a certain amount of time, and then they turn into a garden.
Right.
And then you get land on the organization square, and you can sell your crop to the organization.
Okay.
So you might make $4,000, or you might make $104,000. Just depends on what you're gardening. Well, you're doing all that. There's a cop that goes around the board the other direction.
Okay.
Yeah, and he moves every time everybody rolls.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, but during those tournaments, if we would do it from like 11 o'clock, it started by 11 and go to 5.
Yeah.
And we would have chocolate fountain. People would bring infused foods, even cabbage rolls that were infused.
So awesome. Like an infused potluck.
Yeah, exactly.
See, isn't that what this industry needs, right? This is where we need to get to. This is what we're after, folks. And so, Irene, we're going to talk about this out. And you know what? I really want to talk more to you about that because I really want to do something soon. So we're going to talk more about that in the future. But Irene's THC Talk Time, that's what it's all about. Let's talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
right?
now you mentioned medicinal. Are you looking at trying to get into any
doctors? I can't wait to talk to a couple of different doctors that I know who have done an about face on a subject, such as I have as a patient. Right. So I have a few doctors in mind who are willing to talk on camera and meet and do coffee and chat. And I'm also hoping to talk with a couple of dentists. Cannabis is a fantastic anti-inflammatory, as we know. CBD is the anti-inflammatory. THC is the analgesic. They need to be used in combination. I'm a firm believer of that. And a lot of these different dentists that I've spoken to recently said, hey, you know what? I really need you around the shop and just to talk a little bit about this. So you know what? Let's have an interview on this. Let's talk about it. Because if you're going to advise your patients or your patients are asking, and dental work is probably one of the most good. So I'm hoping to be on camera with these people and enjoy these sorts of interviews. So we're going to be airing every Tuesday at noon, 1 to 2 hour show. I'm guessing in the beginning it's going to be 1 hour because this is a lot of work for me because I'm also here on Wednesdays.
That's right, Wednesday at noon.
Yes, Wednesday at noon. I'm doing cannabis and creative visualizations, which is I highlight that strain of cannabis, all of its different qualities. And
you highlight the strain, your qualities, and your the part of the show like that's informative, which is needed. It's the rest of your show. I look at that as the medicinal end of your program. And there's a lot of people that I feel can benefit from. So like when you talked to me about that right off the bat, I had no doubt in my mind that let's make this cannabis related somehow, right? And then you said, "Okay, give me some time," and bingo.
And here we go, the new show. And it's gone on for about 6-7 weeks now, I believe. And I'm getting a little bit better with the technology so that it's a little easier to get into meditative state. But one of the fun things, because as you say, the second part is more the medication. This is where we do a lot of deep breathing exercises. And rather than giving you instruction on how to do that, I just go straight into a hypnotic trance, and that I assume that your subconscious already knows what it's doing naturally. And I'm going to speak to it at the same time that I'm talking to you. And you'll notice that in those videos, my voices will change back and forth and around. I use a lot of hypnotic trance. I am a certified and trained
Yeah, I was going to
hypnotist.
ask you that. When it comes to this, have you got, background, education, training in there? And obviously you do.
Yes, and I can't give you any. I can give you a couple of schools right off the top of my head. I went to Cunningham School of Hypnosis in Toronto. I have taken the Mike Mandel course for hypnotic instruction. Absolutely fantastic course. He gets it all in chunk bites. So I'm certified by him. I'm certified by a multitude of different, because everybody has a little way of teaching it.
Yeah.
The thing is hypnosis is something we all do very, very naturally. It's an art that we lost when we got busy living life.
Yeah.
So when we were kids, we used to go into hypnotic trances. I mean, I had a make-believe friend, didn't you? That friend was very real to me. Those bumblebees, I understood what they were doing when I laid in the grass at 3 years old. You know?
Yeah.
But we lose that as our critical thinking. So hypnosis really breaks down that faculty that says, you know what, I got this. It's okay. Let our subconscious play. And so I use wording to do that. So I help to get you into a very creative visualization, even though it's a guided meditation.
Yeah.
And it's only 15 minutes.
And so, are could you say like, yeah, I'm hypnotizing my viewers, I'm. Some people might worry that you might make them
Cluck like a chicken.
Cluck like a chicken, moo like a cow or something, right?
Only if they want to, they probably can, and if they think about it enough, they probably might. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not going to hypnotize during a creative visualization. I am not going to put you into any more of a trance than if you were watching, say, Star Trek. I'm a Trekkie. If you were watching Star Trek: The Next Generation.
And you end up
zones into that.
Exactly.
And that's the most you're going to get from a creative visualization.
Yeah. Well, I understand a lot of husbands zone out.
Well,
like,
you know what?
They don't hear the wives all the time.
Children, husbands, dogs. And I'm pretty sure women do it too, because actually we get trained at the passive listening. We really developed, I think my half of the species or my sex of the species, we got really good at the passive listening. I can catch 3 or 4 words and I know the conversation going on between those kids while I'm talking on the phone to my girlfriend about last night's dinner party, and I'm making plans with hubby for the, so you really can zone in and out. And hypnosis helps you do this. It helps give you lines from here to that conversation and that, so that you can reel those conversations in and hear them closer, or tune them back out and get them. And that's all hypnosis. And a trained hypnotist like myself, all we do is we guide you in that direction. And do you know how we do it? With your own language.
Yeah.
We all talk to ourselves. We all hear ourselves in our head talking. We all talk, to make a decision.
Yeah.
And so I listen to you as a trained neurolinguistic programming practitioner.
There's another certification.
Yes. I listen to you with those ears so that I can pick words that you use that your subconscious relates to very specific types of learning.
Yeah.
And so if you tell me, I really want to learn how to do this, I can say, okay, so when we plan the script for you in hypnosis, I'm going to use the words that you use to give you the commands you want to give yourself, so that you're just talking to yourself. I'm just planting them at key points during a hypnotic trance so that the subconscious gets them. And you learn just like you did when you were a child.
Oh, wow.
That quickly.
There you go.
And that is the total sum of what I do, right?
Yeah.
Cannabis is an amazing fucking vehicle to help get you there. Everybody's scared of it because we all watch the mesmerizers on TV going, and you will rob the bank. What the fudge? I don't even want to be near a hypnotist, right? And, or those black salespeople that like black salesmen, black snake sales oil,
So
sort
snake
of
oil,
the
man.
whole black dark arts of psychology and stuff. Wow, that shit's scary, right? So if somebody hears hypnotist, they run for the hills sometimes, right? And I don't blame them. And I don't want to be conned by anybody.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, because really, some people would look at when you're dealing with a hypnotist, you're handing yourself over to them.
Yeah.
To them.
That's what it
Their
feels
control,
like.
to control you.
Yeah. That's,
you know.
Here, program my brain for me.
Yeah.
Right? Here's
Sounds scary.
You are so a part of the induction at all times. And although you can go into an amnesia-like state, your subconscious still knows. So even if I told you to go stand in the corner on your head, you would never do that normally. So what? And now you're out of trance. What the hell? Like what just happened? Now, alternatively, if you're the joker of the crowd, then yeah, you're probably going to go and try, and it's going to be funny and good entertainment, right? But do you think those hypnotist show people don't pick you out of the crowd? And you are pre-programmed from the start of buying that ticket or thinking about buying that ticket. The music that went along with the commercial.
Yeah. Well, that's with everything. Oh,
it is.
Yeah, it is.
We're just skilled at doing it. So
exactly.
You can use
that's why they make that's why the chips are crunchy.
You can use, yes. You can use your super fat powers for good or for evil. And as one of my instructors taught, Mike Vandell, in fact, people will ask him, "Are you a hypnotist?" And he says, "No, man. No, ma'am. I am the Greek god Hypno in human form. How can I help you today?" Right? Because he's got that whole showboat personality too, right? Yeah. He's capable of doing it. So I always tell people that's my superpower. I can help you help you. So that's what creative visualizations is all about.
Cool.
Thursday, reefer.
No, we're not done with Wednesday.
Right. My. See, I'm so busy and such a yapper. Wednesday, that's right.
Wednesday night, the award-winning Pace Radio Show back in 2017. Finalists, top podcast, Lift.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
We're still going. It's been airing for 9 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. 9 years of quality information.
Yeah. Casper Leach, from the Time for Hemp, offered me a spot. I was, every once in a while, you need a guest.
Yeah.
Right? Because all of a sudden you don't have a guest, someone cancels, whatever. So I was sort of Casper's backup guest if you need somebody, right? Perfect. And then eventually I become like a joint host of his. And then he said, "Oh, you just need your own show." So that's the Pace Radio Show. I had 4 joint hosts spread across the country. So we had East Coast, West Coast, and in the center.
Very cool.
Covered people from across, eh? So, but now we got Tamara and I, and we can still cover across the country.
That's so
last one was about the internet.
It's amazing. We can reach around the globe and across the country. We can reach anybody just like that.
Yeah.
It's that, and the amount of information that's out there, but you got to be willing to do the research and listening to a quality station where we try, and we try our best to make sure that we're not delivering fluff, that we're actually delivering, this is the news as it's printed, and I may or may not agree with it, but this is what's printed, and it is education, info is power.
And like on the Pace Radio Show, we like to share patient stories.
Yeah.
It's not an every week thing, but we like to share patient stories and give people a voice. For those who, maybe you're looking for a spot to speak out, maybe they're shy, especially when we're doing it as a radio show.
It made it very easy.
Where it was just the audio, right?
Yes.
And people couldn't, there was no video to it. But, now we got the video and the things to it. And, people are coming on, we got shows booked, people booked to come on. And sometimes I worry about getting too far ahead because, people all of a sudden find out that they've got to go to something. So then they have that cancellation and then you have to run and scramble sometimes to find some people. But, it's Been doing it for 9 years. So.
Yeah, it is just how it goes, and it's funny because a lot of people out there don't realize they see the show come off like we're just hanging out in the room and smoking dibs, right? Speaking of smoking dibs, how about we get on another one?
Yeah. Gary was a roller there.
Yeah, and he disappeared on us. I think he went to look after the dog and take care of some.
Do we want to? I got 2 solvents here.
Oh, very cool. We can certainly try one of those.
Okay, I got solventless 12.
Perfect. And we've got our sheets, and we're golden. We kind of do need a little bit more light in here, I think, eh?
Getting a little dark.
It is. It's starting to. I've got the light tucked behind.
Well, it's only 2:30 in the afternoon.
Well, there's no.
Are you on the?
I
guess
right?
we're not on a window that has the direct sun.
That's it. Yeah. And you know what? As you know, I'm new to all of this camera production stuff. It started a couple of years ago because I couldn't get over it. And you know, I'm an information junkie. Like I want more and more and more and more info, right?
So I'm gonna come up to the camera.
Okay, perfect. Yep, go for it. I'm gonna be my judge kit over here and my judge pass. Yay.
Okay. Solventless 12.
Very cool. Oh, well, that looks very interesting, doesn't it? Cupid. How's it smell? Yeah.
I'm not finding any.
I'm getting a very tangy, citrusy, but yeah, you know you can't count on the ice and water on your eyes.
That was taste.
Yeah, I'm getting a very tangy, citrusy sort of. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you got a really deep.
I don't have the best smelling sense. So when something smells really good, it smells really good.
I got good at it only because we used to play a game, and it was, can you guess what this weed is?
Yeah, right.
I got a really good nose for telling it after a while.
Yeah.
And then it's like, what's that one? Oh, that's Joe's, or that's Susie's, or right?
Yeah.
Okay,
so
first? No, I'll let you set up. Sure, go for it. Okay, well,
let's see where we can set up this torch without causing a fire.
So see this really cool little dab stick? That came in the swag kit, and that came from Dab Realm. We've already shown it really up close on the camera, but I found the sticker that also came with it. Isn't that cute?
Oh, yeah.
And so that's from Dab Realm, the sticker and the dab stick. So yay, cool. I love these little things. I collect. What do you do with all yours? All your swag left over?
Swag.
Yeah.
I have a cupboard.
Okay.
Yeah. Right now, everything's in boxes because I moved.
Right.
And I haven't got everything unpacked yet. There's
hard.
Yeah, there's other things that are more important right now than for me to get that cupboard set up.
I hear you. No, I hear you. It took me a while to get this one set up and to get the whole, green rooms space.
Yeah.
And yeah, as you know, I was moving around a lot there for a couple of years, and things were kind of crazy. So it's nice though when you do get to open up some of your stuff. Yes. It's like, oh wow, I forgot I had that. Yeah. Right. Or and it was funny because when I was pulling out some of my stuff for the green room, I found entries from 2000 and from their 6th annual. I found entries from their 3rd annual, and it's like, you've got to be like, I still got bits and pieces, right? There's so much in these kits.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
Awesome.
Okay, I got it done.
Awesome, perfect.
I noticed this year's Nectar Collector has got a bigger tube on the end.
It does.
Versus the one I have.
Now, I'm not a huge concentrate user, so this
is a good medium fish because there's some that are really large that are
okay, too big, too much.
Can be too big, can be and the ones that can be too small can clog quicker.
You know what? This one I found does clog, and it's a little bit smaller.
Smaller, correct. Yeah. You know what I do? I take a drill to it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't. Do you know what I
did? If it gets built up in there too much, I've had
Oh, we didn't
Yeah.
do that. You know what
Yeah.
I did? No. I got my torch going. I got this nice and beet
Oh yeah,
red.
yeah,
And then this was nice and warm at that point.
yeah.
And so then I just went like this and I blew it all out onto a mat.
Mine didn't go all gooey.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah, and you know what? These things get used a
maintenance,
lot.
don't maintain things, right? That's what happens, right? I was the guy who bought a new pipe after one got dirty.
Okay. And see, I got a crap load of pipes in there, and I don't use a pipe.
I was going to so many stores.
Okay, yeah. So I hear you.
Yeah.
And my brothers, all of my brothers. So my biological brother Jimmy, and then my other brother Jimmy. He's my adopted brother Jimmy. So it's always funny I should say such things. Both use pipes, so I always had the pipes around. And then as the grandbabies, I've got my own, and as the grandbabies, as the children turned into adults, I found out they were all pipe people too, and thought that was quite interesting. So, what do you think? Am I good to go?
Oh, you're good to go. Go ahead.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything because it might influence you.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, how's that?
Very cool. Very cool.
All right.
Okay. Well, I did like the smell. I thought the smell was kind of citrusy-ish.
Yeah.
And yeah, see, I like it. This reminds me of
See, you can
an
get too
accelerated
hot, right?
knife.
You can dab too hot.
Oh, I did not know that. See, I don't know how to dab.
Yeah. There is a temperature. There are temperatures. Pat Warnicki, he's got a new app out to deal with checking your temperature
Okay.
on things so that you have the proper temperature.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that I think you got me to lower mine down. I know you got me to lower mine down. I'm just trying to think of what the temperature is. So I haven't used it since I moved.
Right.
I haven't used it yet.
Well, this is one of the reasons I want an email. Like, because I can set the temperature on
Correct.
that, and I know what it is, right?
Yeah, well, Pat's thing, it will tell you the temperature of there. I've seen people where they take it and they get it red hot, and then they let the red hot
Kind
go
of
away, and then as if you hit it too hot, just as if you too hot on the vaporizer.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. And you know what? I probably have done the too hot a few times.
Yeah.
Now I find, partly because I'm taking this away and I'm finding it still works. It doesn't have to be red hot. See?
Yeah.
That by the time I get there, it's kind of cooled down a bit, but it's still probably too hot. Right?
Well, yeah. There's I've seen people heat it up, and they actually even go like that. You don't want to get on your. You don't want to, but they just see if they can feel any heat.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I got my very fat.
People have different things that they do.
I got my first stoner tattoo at one of the Karma Cups. I think it was the 6th, maybe, or somewhere in there, 5th maybe. And we were at the Vapor Central, which is no longer there.
Mm-hmm.
And stoner moment, I'm looking at the temperature rise, 632, 633. And then it went beep, beep. And I went, oh, I wonder if it's hot enough. And I touched the end couple of red dots there. Like, why would you not? Like, you know what? But here's the cool thing. I'm at Vapor Central. And you know what? This was, back in the day, they did a lot of research there and stuff like that as well on cannabis research. And right behind the counter, they had the ice to apply immediately while they got out the cannabis topical for burns. Cannabis topical. I have no scars to prove that I got my tattoo.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I think we should remind people the Karma Cup free pass, weekend pass draw.
Yes.
Get all those words out. How to do it.
Okay, it's easy. We're going to send the link out. Actually, if I put it out in here in the comment section, does it go everywhere?
No.
Oh.
Oh, yes, it does.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
Well, see, you hear that? See, this is the cool thing about having your producer hang out beside you during the day while you're trying to figure stuff out. He can say, yes, do this.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
we
so
could have done this at the beginning.
copy.
But we didn't discuss it.
Yeah. Okay, well that's okay. We kind
We
of
didn't
forced everybody to hang around. Sorry guys, that wasn't
No,
intentional.
yeah, exactly. No.
But it did work out. So here, I'm going to throw this in the comments. This is the link to win. Is that paste? It is. Yes. Okay, great big link.
This will go to, we're live in 8 locations right now. That's the max.
Okay.
On the StreamYard.
Okay.
And so that'll go to all 8. Should go to all 8 places.
All 8 locations.
Correct.
Awesome. So all you did.
I don't know how it works on Twitter, but we'll find out.
We'll find out. Yeah. Oh, see, yeah. Look at it. It's all
see it all go up on the screen there.
How cool is that? That's awesome, guys. Okay, so that's the link. Literally, click on that link. Go to the website. You put your email and your first name. I don't need any more personal details than that, and that's just so we can add you to the wheel.
Yeah.
You know, you need an email address to add to the wheel, and you need a first name to associate with it.
You know, come to think of it, you know, we probably should have put it on there before we sent it out. This is our Bob Doug moment. We probably should have put it on there that this is the draw. Is there anything that comes up that would show?
Oh, right away it shows. So as soon as you click on the link, it shows you this right away.
Okay. Will people see that in the
link? I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I don't know how it's going to turn out. So yeah. Good.
All right. And here's the great thing about having your producer with you: when you fuck up on your own, you don't feel so bad because you know he says, it's okay.
It happens. Now, we talk about your show. Now, as I mentioned, there are other shows coming.
Yes.
That are in the works, and you know, I don't want to get into exact detail on them, but I'm going to say that one of them very serious.
Excellent.
Very serious, very educational is what I'm seeing. Another show is more relaxed.
Okay.
That was one of the things that I said. We had Reese Turner, the guys from Sesh, on, and we laughed all the way through the show.
Sure.
You know, we had a great time, and that's what I said to them, was that, you know, we're always so serious. So it was really good to have a laugh.
Yes.
You know? So I'm thinking that along that way. The guys that I've been talking to on that, they're really pumped to do it. It's busy right now, but they look forward to doing that, and it's going to be a little bit more relaxed.
Very
show.
cool.
But also educational at the same time.
Well, you know, again, we're learning all the time. We learn something new all the time about something. I mean, I just learned something new about dabbing, right?
Yeah.
Don't do it too hot.
Don't do it too hot.
So that's cool. And maybe that's why I haven't enjoyed it that much, except for when it's on an email. Right?
Exactly.
Because I'm not getting that temperature down.
And the other show, I've been talking with a person who we're going to do a collaboration together.
Okay.
And so I'm going to be involved in that show.
Very cool.
All right.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm interested in hearing about this. This is going to be very interesting.
So there's those 3. Like, I see those of 3 shows that are coming.
Okay. For sure.
Yeah. Like,
okay.
But I.
Oh, and then we have and then the other one too that you haven't.
I think that one you and I talked about earlier. Well, that's one of these ones right now.
Okay, very
that's
cool.
the very serious show.
Oh.
yeah, I'm already counting that one.
Okay. Guys, it's just a great lineup at Pace Radio.
And this is why I don't come out and say everything until things are finalized.
Right.
Because, you know, I've seen that in the past where, you know, I've said things that is going to happen, and then something fell apart or whatever.
It's hard when you're a one-person show, right?
Yeah. So I've made a decision to, once it's, you know, it's concrete, then make the announcement.
Perfect. So it looks like a really cool fall lineup for Pace Radio.
Yeah, and you look, so that's, you know, up to 4 shows counting your own.
Yeah.
right? To add it to the schedule. So that we've talked about the schedule. We didn't mention Reef Reporters on Thursday, and Fighters on Friday.
Yeah.
So there's going to be days of the week where there's going to be multiple shows
That's right.
through the week.
That's right. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Tune into what you want. They can download them later, before, during, after.
Yeah, well, you can't download the show before it's
Well,
broadcasted, but
No, but they can sign up beforehand,
sign
get
up. Yeah,
notification.
you get notification
Yeah.
that way.
And it's in audio format over on the Spreaker.
Correct, and that's what we're doing. We're doing both. Well, I've added Spreaker to today's show, so
really
to do it live. It's been a long time since we did a live broadcast on Spreaker. Everything has been an audio podcast. We take these live streams that we do here through StreamYard, and then I take the audio out of it, and then I send it out on our Spreaker account, and I see the list of the countries. They give us the top 25 countries each time you go in and take a look at things.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, like, we found little wee islands off of the UK, off of Greenland, or to find somebody in Russia, is listening.
Well, they're listening. There's information to be learned. There's little nuggets of wisdom in every show. Show, you know.
India. Lots of people get India, U.S., Canada. They usually are top ones, obviously. And then I've seen names of places, and I've had to look it up. Never even heard of it. What the hell is that?
Is that really a place? Yeah. No, I hear you.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
wow.
I think it's great to be able to reach that worldwide. I look at it as a worldwide audience.
That global audience.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide web. Worldwide lead.
Like I don't know if any of our sponsors, send to Costa Rica or anything like that. I doubt very much, but at least those people in Costa Rica know that these are businesses that support advocacy.
Okay, so that brings us right back to Green Irene's THC Talk Time, where you asked me, how will I present that? This is everyone I have talked to date. Like I say, I'm in one almost every day. Everyone I've talked to today is super excited because of who we are, because of the history that Pace Radio Network has. They're excited that they're able to get their information out there because it's impossible for them to advertise right now under current regulation.
Yeah.
But this is a personal, private. It's like the old way of getting your stuff out in a pamphlet.
Yeah.
Now it's doing it on shows like Pace sometimes.
Yeah.
So they're all very happy to be out there to be able to say, what differentiates them from the guy, a kitty corner to them.
Yeah. So they've been very supportive over the years.
Perfect.
BMA. They've been with Pace since we got started.
That's awesome.
And as we saw recently, BMA, Devin Ross retired.
Yes, and congratulations for them. And my goodness, I hope that someone picks that business up, continues it in the same fashion that they have led that business and built that baby.
Oh yeah, big time.
So fingers crossed, toes too.
Yeah.
Why don't we grab another treat?
Another treat. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we should put this one back in its proper envelope.
See, everybody's so much more responsible than I am.
Well, you've got more here. You got to do some. We're just doing taste sampling. Right now.
Little bits and pieces.
But you're sending me home with a project.
I am, and I keep doing this to everybody. I take the bags from Northern Helm, where I've got one of the dispensaries I attend and visit frequently, and I take home their bags, and I've been using them to fill them up and send everybody home with a little goodie bag and some judge sheets. Yep. So once you've filled in yours, just kind of give a circle to yours, identify that this is mine, I'm sending them in, send me a snapshot of what you tested and your numbers, and I'm a happy camper because now I can.
You want me to take a picture of the product? Or you just want me to take a picture of the test results?
The product and test results separate. That way I can log it into my booklet, right? Okay. What your test results are. But
I knew the test results. I didn't know you wanted.
As far as the pictures, no, you use the pictures and put it up with your kit pick 22 is the hashtag, and maybe you win a judge kit.
I think we need a can. We need to see with our account we can actually run multiple cameras. I haven't figured it out yet. But this is where a nice one would come in handy down there because I'm looking down at the table quite often here when I'm.
Yeah. But you know, I was actually watching a podcast recently that I got really irritated by because I noticed during the podcast, and I don't remember what it was. It was something about a nonfiction book or a fiction book. That has that has a very different scent to it. And this is
solvent extract. It's not solvent, it's a solvent extract.
So kind of like a butane honey.
I don't think I don't know if anybody's gonna be able to see any of that.
Oh, it picks up a little bit. I
But
think.
you can see a little bit there.
Yeah.
You can see some of it.
Just a tad. Okay, very cool.
Just the color is the same color as the paper.
I know.
Yeah.
There's a lot there. You just it is. That's
So,
the same color.
Good. So the Pace Radio Show, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Tamara and I.
Yep.
Thursday is Reef Reporters.
Right.
With Cindy and Glenn.
Cindy and Glenn. Yeah, Cindy Howell and Glenn Prentice.
Correct.
The Reefer Reporters. They're a great team.
Yep.
That's awesome.
And then you again.
And then me again.
On Friday with,
I talk a lot.
With the Fibro Fighters.
Yeah, but that show is, and you know what? I'm telling you, that's what got me out of the wheelchair. I share, and it's my passion in life, and it's to help other people help themselves, right? So the Fibro Fight series really is all about using hypnosis, NLP, and cannabis therapies to help you win against the symptoms, and because there's such a multitude, and to reduce the number of flares, to live so that you can live a life that you actually love living. Nothing's worse than having something like a disease that you have no control over hold your health, your happiness hostage. And it held mine hostage for 10 plus years. 93 pills a day, 2 injections,
how many?
93 pills a day. Now, I mean, not different pills, but in total, that was my sum intake of medications. Gary saved my life. I mean, a lot of people don't know the caretaking that man did for me while I was in a hospital bed in a wheelchair. And
I'm sorry, I just can't get.
Unbelievable, right? Unbelievable. Yes. And here I am today walking. I dance with my grandbabies.
Sample.
Thank you.
There you go ahead.
But I dance with my grandbabies. I'm out and I'm running and I'm teaching everybody anybody who wants to listen, here's how you do it. It starts up here in the head, because in your head, you got to convince yourself that it's okay. This pain is going to hurt, but it's only going to hurt for a minute. And next time it's only going to hurt half as much. And then that time after that, it probably won't hurt at all. And the time after that, it's not really going to hurt. And pretty soon I'm not even going to have to work on this. I can work on something else.
That's right.
And then you've got energy in your body. And it's just amazing. So using your heads, using your mind, using your language skills, using your, okay, thank you. I didn't take any ends yet. But using your language skills, retraining your brain to deal, not only gets you living here longer, and I have grandchildren that I intend to influence. And I did threaten my children when they were teenagers. I threatened them. I said, you can do whatever you want. But just remember, anything you do as a teenager, I will do as an old lady when you are responsible for me. They believed me. They were all good teenagers.
Now, I should mention, back on the Reefer Reporters. No. I thought of it after we reached out to the next show. But just to let everybody know, 9 cannabis stories, as well as our mushy moment.
Oh yes, I started listening to those.
Which is a magic mushroom article.
Yep.
And talking about the patients here who are fighting for access here in Canada to psilocybin, and how now they're going before the courts.
Yep.
And the fact that it's almost like the medical cannabis.
That's exactly what I'm picturing in my mind.
It's almost going the same way, where the patients are fighting for access. They're going to go to court to win it. Now, I thought the government was trying to get ahead of that by having this SAP program or something it's called, and where people can register to it, but it doesn't. It's got like a 900 patient waiting list.
Wow. Okay.
So for special permission, so
right.
they're taking it to court, the same as Terry Parker did. So I thought that what they were trying with this program was to make it so patients had access to some psilocybin without them having to produce their own. Because when Terry got the medical cannabis end of things,
Right.
there was no source, so it went back to the courts again.
That's right.
So I thought maybe they were going to try to get away so that patients weren't growing mushrooms all over Canada, but they're going to go to court, and a company Thursville is backing it and getting it there.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be interesting, and I love that you're adding this information. I know honestly nothing. When it comes to psilocybin or mushrooms, my education is zilch.
Some people just look at news as news, but I look at news as something that can be an educational tool. Because without the news, we wouldn't know that patients are fighting for rights to psilocybin.
No.
We wouldn't know that patients are going before the courts and are it's going to end up, more likely, it's going to end up in the Supreme Court again.
That's right.
And they'll rule probably the same way. No guarantee or anything, but there's that Section 7.
Well, do you think? And I was going to say, do you think that cannabis and the movement of cannabis really paved the way to helping reduce how long it's going to take the psilocybin movement?
I'm hoping it does.
I think everybody.
I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping that everybody sees what we went through, patients went through, to get to this point.
Right.
That they don't repeat some of the mistakes that they made with the cannabis end. Right? And this is why I thought maybe they were trying to cover their ass by having this program
ahead of time.
Try to deal with the patients before being taken to court.
Right.
But
it's not working out that way.
Because you're seeing it in the news of company startups and all that. You're seeing it in the States or legalizing it. People are voting on it. So we've added the mushy moment. It's just one article.
Right.
To the Reefer Reporters.
Well, yeah, and at this point in time, that's probably the amount of news that is really available at this time.
Well, it just depends. Mushy moment is psilocybin centered. It's not psychedelic of everything. Right? So, you could get something that comes out that talks about how it helps with moods, depression, stuff like that. A report that comes out, but then that report, that report could come out in 10 different publications.
Right.
So, you don't want to cover the same report.
The same thing again and again and again. Correct. Yes.
And being that, patients are dealing in the courts for the mushroom end of things, we're here, patients, access.
That's right. That's what it's all about. I know we say that, we say cannabis education because that was the thing, but we're here about the education. And mushrooms are a huge, they blend very, very well with cannabis. And I am actually going to be taking a training course on how that integration will work.
Good.
Through an educator you have recently met.
Good.
Yes. So I will be learning how the two can correlate. Not that I intend to incorporate it into my practice. There's no need. There's enough people out there with a far better, deeper passion towards it. But so that when I am speaking to clients who ask questions, I can actually give them an informed answer.
It's having that knowledge, getting trained on it, so when you need it, it's there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's also a little more over here too, and you're welcome to. I found it. I suppose a little scratchy, but I've been recently learning that there is a terpene that is common to most of the white strains, so like white rhino and white light or white, so on and so forth. I think I have a bit of a response system to it, and that I get that scratching.
Oh, okay.
And so any of those strains, even if those strains are in the genetics, the lineage of it, I will get that response.
Let's see, with reporters, cover stories all across the world.
Yeah.
We start out with Canadian stories, go to the U.S., and then whether it's Europe or East Asia,
right?
The big things going on over there, right now. So, I find the news educational. So, when you can give out reports on psilocybin, whatever, or medical cannabis, whatever, which we cover. There's some stuff in there or on a police raid or stuff, but then there's also studies.
Well, this is it too. And you know what? News is going to be biased according to the deliverer of that information. Yeah. But for the person who is learning and seeking information, it is so important to look at multitude of viewpoints because no pie is tackled from one spot only. You cannot, you have to tackle it from 4, 5, 6 different angles to get a picture of the whole thing.
Yeah, it's like when I started to grow, you don't just get your grow information from one person. I got it from several people.
And they have different
they have different methods, different ways, and it allowed me to decide on what I wanted to do. I picked this, picked that, picked this, picked that.
And then you found the Al Graham way.
That's right.
And I do it the Irene way. Here's 6 plants, here's 6 plants, here's 6 plants, here's 6 plants. Everybody else gets the plants. You guys do it, okay? I'll be back. We'll split.
No.
We'll split.
I find growing cannabis is like having children.
Oh, my brother's like that. My Gary's like that. My boys are like that. Everybody is so happy that we can legally grow 4 plants. I know I said 6. I meant 4. That we can legally grow.
Could be licensed.
Could be. Well, some of my patients actually have their. One of my old ladies, 83 years old. I call her my old lady because she calls herself my old lady.
Right.
She says, "So I'm your old lady. Did you talk about your old lady this week?" So sometimes I talk about her, and today is one of those days. She's 83 years old. Was dead against the legalization of cannabis, the use of cannabis in every which way. Came into my cafe back in 2017. Gave me right proper hell for being on the main street of Penetang, such a puritanical town. How dare I? She's now growing 4 on her balcony, and she loves me. She's arthritis. Do you remember Granny off the Beverly Hillbillies?
Yes.
With her little whiskey jug and just a pinch. Well, that's her with her cannabis plants, and she loves it raw. She loves to cook with it. She makes herself zucchini bread. She calls it her zucchini green bread because none of the kids like the zucchini bread. She loves it, and she dices it up for herself. Keeps it frozen throughout the year for medicating. Yeah,
exactly. All right. Well, remind everybody, click the link, check the link out there on the post.
Yes.
Let you know there. Go in there, take a look, and
here we'll put it up on the screen.
Get in on the free pass. Yeah, it's a little hard for anybody. I don't know if they can see there's a link there.
They can see the links there, and I don't know why the whole thing didn't show up.
We'd have to have it up there for the whole hour and a half or 2 hours that we're here, just so that they can print out each letter.
Sure, I didn't do an easier number than that, but it's there. Hey, I threw that up yesterday or the day before. As soon as we found out we had the tickets, I whipped this one together. So I went to MailChimp and said, okay, let's get this going. Yeah. So, we got your name, and we need your name and your email address. That's it. If you want to answer the other questions, it helps us so that we can help you. Go to if you want to know more about the Karma Cup specifically, you can go and check out their website at thekarmacup.com. To learn more about us and all the programs we talked on and off about throughout the whole show at paceradio.net. Paceradio.net.
Each show has got a page.
Beauty.
So I might not have added the links on your photo yet.
Okay.
But that reminds me, each show you can click on the picture of the show and you can go to their page. on their page is their archives of all the audio from Spreaker, as well as the video is there. On the Pace Radio Net main page, what you'll see there is the archive in audio, but you'll see the last show in video with a link to the show page for the archive.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
So really all anybody has to remember is if they want to know anything that we're doing, go to paceradio.net and you'll find it all there. Yeah, and we're also we're all over everywhere in social media. We're on Facebook groups and Facebook pages. We're on Facebook profiles, Instagram.
Yeah,
Twitter, LinkedIn.
I'm looking. See, it got to a point where, geez, you just get so much. So many. I didn't keep up with it. Yeah. So I haven't got a LinkedIn account yet, but I think that's coming. I see that with the StreamYard end of things.
It might be a smart move. And we'll see how that we'll
there was a notice that came up about it. So, yeah, I just started on the Twitter thing because Twitter's always just been words and links. So then I thought, okay, well, hey, it offers Twitter. I'm going to put it on there. So
first time I was using Twitter, first time I heard Twitter, I thought Twitter equaled twerking.
Oh no!
So I'm like, what is everybody doing?
Yeah.
So so that was one thing. The other one is my kids when they were out west and text first became a thing.
Yeah.
They couldn't figure out seriously, what is mom's problem? Because everything they said, like our fridge broke down. LOL. Sorry to hear that. I thought LOL was lots of love. They told me it was an acronym, so I used it as an acronym.
Well, see, that's
you learn as you go. There's something to learn every day, and you can learn an awful lot at paceradio.net. Tune into any one of our programs. Tune into all of them. If you have questions, reach out to us. You can reach us by email. You can say,
just reach out to us, message us through our Facebook page. Go to our website. You can message us directly from the website. There's a messaging board right there.
There you go. And we're here. We're available. And you know what? I think we're going to pick another something or other and have some water. I think our show is pretty much, we're close to being out of time, aren't we?
Yeah, we only got about another 20 minutes.
Okay.
I didn't notice how long it took me to get here. I didn't even look to see what time it was when I got here. I
didn't. What? Same time you said you were going to be here. You said you'd be here at 12:30.
Yeah, okay. I was an hour and a half then.
Yeah, I think it was. Drive. Yeah, about that. So that's quite. It's quite the drive. And good thing you're not driving yourself.
You got a grinder?
Yes, I do. Okay. Where do we have it? Right there. Very good. We've got the Canvas Corner Cafe grinder. What have we got on top now? Man, I'm telling you, for me to keep anything straight, that's why I got the whiteboards everywhere, and every thought that comes into my head, a must-do, gets written down on a must-do whiteboard. Welcome to Karma Hayes Days. And I have people coming and going to the green room, right?
That's the notepad.
Oh, you do the notepad?
Yeah, it's the notepad. Let's do the, let's just do the volcano thing.
Okay, that sounds good to me.
And that way it leaves you enough for a dupe.
Oh, very cool. We'll give that a try. Yeah, you know what? It's nice to try it both ways, don't you think?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And I really should have made up some.
I got the sound effects in there for the radio.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. I'm cleaning the chamber for the volcano. The volcano is already heating. We'll go at 386. How did it smell? Oh, that just smells like all the weed to me. Here, we still have some in the bag. You said, okay, let's.
Yeah, but that's usually the best way to smell it is right after you grind it, right? But it's I
don't find it to really jump at you.
No, nothing overpowering.
No. Sometimes it is. Some of the products really are, and that's what I said to a few people who have looked at the kit. They said, they'd say, oh, wow, and everything's so good. How could anything be bad? You know what? It's happened in years gone past, And I've heard Sarah really bitch people out and say, look, you send your weed to me and it shows up looking like ditch weed. It's going in the ditch.
Yeah,
I'm not sitting there cleaning this for hours.
You gotta laugh.
Yeah, they gotta be shelf stable.
Shelf stable, that's the word I'm looking for.
I mean, she's not a warehouse for heaven's sakes. And she puts a lot of work into putting these together.
Yeah, well, you can see it all.
Right?
Oh, yeah. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes. Just even to do an hour radio show.
It's about 3 hours for me.
Yeah, because you got your pre-show stuff, and then as me having to upload things on the Spreaker and stuff like that, and go around, maybe deal with some tags. You can be a few hours.
Yeah, I find every
combined,
show.
You can go do the show and the pre and post show stuff.
Yeah, not to mention then afterwards all your marketing and promo to let everybody know that you put it up there. That takes a crap load of time.
Mm-hmm.
That's about another hour and a change for marketing and promo to let everybody know it's available.
Your promos, yeah.
So I mean, altogether, your average 1 hour show takes about 4 hours to produce.
Well, you got to create stuff.
Yeah, there's the graphic assets you need, the textual assets.
So to do a big event like this Karma Cup, I was involved with the Treat Yourself Expo in the past. It's a lot of work, man.
It really is.
It's a lot of work. Check.
It really is, and she gets very little out of it other than a whole lot of thanks.
And then when it's over, you may catch your breath for a bit, and then bang, you're right into the next year.
Yeah, because if you didn't start pre-planning something like this a year in advance, even with the number of years experience that these guys have, without a year, just booking your venues, making sure your catalogs are going to be ready, your bags, you're going to have enough bags, because you don't know how many entries you're going to have until closer to the event. So,
and you got to be prepared for unexpected things to happen.
That's right. Like COVID a couple of years ago, she would have never expected that. She was halfway through planning and preparing.
Yeah. Or she's had places bail on her, or she's had to move.
Yes.
So it's you gotta expect the unexpected, and those are pretty nasty, big unexpected. So.
Oh yeah, especially here's where the venue's going to be. Oops, not.
Yeah. So when the Karma Cup announces it.
That's where it is.
That's where it is, and that won't come till the day before.
That's right. And how many vendors? We'll know when. You get a pretty good idea.
Well, look at your bag.
I know. Isn't that amazing?
It's not even like all these people donated stuff as swag.
Yeah.
So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. There's you're looking at basically 20.
Yeah.
20 sponsors that threw stuff in or throwing stuff in the bag.
Yeah, like I said, I got in there this year.
Yeah, I see that.
I did, eh?
Yeah.
So that was really kind of cool. I wish I could have done more, but I'm getting there. And every year it grows. Every year I will.
Yeah.
And I've already got my eye on what I'm doing for next year now that I've had a really good feel of this year's swag.
Oh, reminder to those who are voting. Voting ends Friday, September the 9th at noon Eastern.
Okay. Well,
voting ends. It says right there.
Yeah.
There we go.
Perfect. Okay, so get onto that link.
Well, at least you got more than a weekend to do this. I've done those crap. You have the weekend to do it.
100 products, go!
And even though you get about 3 weeks to do this.
Yeah, 2 actually.
You're
right, 21 days.
So you're still having to have other people involved.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a pleasure, though. Like, I love saying, hey, guys, Karma Hayes Days. And so a lot of my family all come over, and a lot of us partake. And it's like, oh, yeah, check. You know what? You guys see what this one was like.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to try this one. I want to try that one. And it's cool because, again, it gets that well-rounded. It's that family, family and friends. It's a gathering
Yeah.
at this time of the year, you know.
Yeah.
I really enjoy it. When we had the cafe, of course, bringing a bag into the cafe was important to have those to come with parties.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I know a couple of years back, you and other co-hosts all got together online.
Yes.
Judge the kits. That was really cool. I think I might have jumped in that year or the following year. I don't remember.
I don't remember.
But yeah.
Yeah. No, it's you know, it is you know, and there's many people who are doing it.
Yes. Yeah.
Today we're having some karma samples, and you know, promoting some new shows, and what else we got on that list? And the giveaway.
And the giveaway. So you got to get to Karma. We know there's going to be a lot of really great vendors, and we know this because, see, I got to change my balloons. I'll let you get started on the balloons. But we know that Lake House has, because look at all the swag that was in there. And we know from past experience, you can expect between probably 50 and 60, I'm going to guess, vendors. That's on average what it's been in the past.
Yeah, 1 year, yeah, it was just 60, 65. I know that one year she had to squeeze them in.
Wow. And how impressive is that? And these guys
it's
are
more like a new location. It's, you know, that's the thing. It's secret. It's private. It's quiet. Nobody knows.
That's right. Until you get there. Until you get there.
So you get there.
It's a really exciting event in that respect. I've always enjoyed it. Yeah, and I try not to let. Well, we don't know. We just simply don't know. I mean, it's not like I could let anything out of the bag. I don't know.
I don't know.
Right?
Exactly.
And nobody does until you know. You'll know what you know when you know what you know.
You know, the best way to have it is only those who need to know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, or my papa used to say when we were little kids, Papa, can I tell you a secret? Well, it's not a secret if you tell anyone.
Right. Well, you know,
So you shut up.
people that they're working directly with
Kind of
have to know.
Right. Fair enough.
That's right. So, but yeah, just those you need to know, and go find out the day before.
So I kind of like the taste of that. Or I mean, I do like the taste of that, but I kind of find it familiar.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding.
Yeah. It's got a very familiar blend. It's got a very familiar aroma, and it's got a very familiar white in my chest.
Yeah. You know, I know with the volcano, during the 2010 Treating Yourself Expo, they had 12 volcanoes in their lounge.
Okay.
The representative from Volks and Stifel came over
Nice.
from Germany and spent time with all of us that were working those volcanoes.
Very cool.
And educated them on. And part of it is, you know, some people feel like tickle or dry spot in the back of the throat. And they talk about being THC.
Yeah.
Sticks to your back of the throat.
It does. And if it was a little bit hotter, that wouldn't happen. In my case.
Yeah, because like I don't find the air coming out of the bag hot.
No, it's not. Want to hear something else really cool? Everything is used, right? So these balloons, when I was 6, they're covered in cannabinoids that have cooled and stuck to the side of the balloon. Yeah. So we cut that off, put that on the sole of your feet or around an inflamed ankle. You know, get out of the bathtub, wrap it around your knees. It's not pretty by any stretch of the imagination, but it works.
Well, you know, if that's underneath a gauze.
Exactly.
You know, the bandage around it.
Reducing the inflammation.
Yeah.
Just a homemade fix, right?
Yeah. You know, you collect the ABV.
Yeah, for the very same reason.
For the very same reason.
Yeah.
You know, yes, some of it is spent or it's used because you put it through the heat.
Right.
But you know, there's still something that's left, obviously.
Exactly. The other great thing about using these chambers, as the Stores and Bickle dude probably told you, is you save so much of your product because in a joint, we're burning about 0.5 gram. In this, you're using about 1/4 gram.
Or you're using a gram in your joint.
Yeah.
I used to fill that.
Okay.
All the time.
But you can, as you know, you can refill your balloon multiple times. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
But I also know that you know when the terpenes are done because then the almond flavor comes.
Then the almond or the coffee. Like for me, it's kind of like like a, I don't know, like a not good coffee.
Yeah.
Like if someone gave me that coffee, I'd say no, thank you. Pretty soon I'm gonna need
I don't
coffee.
drink coffee.
I've been in a lot of weed in the last few days now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and you're gonna be in it for a while.
Look at that, see, and I'm still functional.
Yeah.
Right? So,
Yeah.
all that, and I've been working, doing all kinds of stuff. Got a bunch more tickets ready to give away when I'm at Karma Cup, because I did say anybody find me at Karma Cup, and I got a cameraman for us at Karma Cup to help us do live on the road.
Good.
So that's really exciting. So I don't have to try and do. And he's got a little bit of experience doing it, so that's really cool.
What I found when last time I did a show with the StreamYard on the phone.
Yeah.
Is even though somebody was running the board,
Yeah.
you were running the board.
Okay.
Well, even though I was there, it was nice to be able to just use the one button, camera, back, front. That's all I had to do.
Right.
Somebody was running the board. It was
Exactly.
I was sitting there trying to do it by myself. But you know, it's so you're capable of doing it. Just like with the speaker here, you know, I'm running this through my phone.
That's right.
You know, unfortunately, with my phone, I can't put any audio tracks in there.
Behind. We can't put the music in.
I can't put the intro. I couldn't put the intro. I couldn't put the intro. Well, I've been dealing with that. Our OTR has been muted on Facebook because it sounds like something. And it's not that it is something. It sounds like something.
Oh,
so then I went through the process. So hopefully I'll find out today.
Okay.
If it's going to do it, because the music is written and formed by Scott Granville.
Okay.
Of St. Patty's Day.
Okay, cool. Very cool.
It's his own sound.
Excellent.
So he says here, because I was having problems with that with some of the older stuff that I've been using for years.
Right.
So I switched it up to out of his song, and just recently they come up with their own the OTR one. And I thought, what are you doing that? So
the robots are going through things based on
the Pace Radio Show for the longest time. We used It Doesn't Make Sense for the intro. And then it was a song done by the Killing Time Band. And it was about a situation that Allison Murden went through. She was at one of their shows, and she went out to medicate. She went to go back in, and they refused her entry.
Oh, I remember this, right?
So that song was that, so they gave you permission.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I started getting copyright notices on it. But even though the artists give you permission, there's others in the system that are involved in it.
Okay.
And so I'm glad I moved. I got Scott stuff, and it's running, and it's doing good.
You know, and again, Ashley from Elemental Growth was here, and she says, "Mom, it's the thing I love the most about the cannabis community. It's about collaboration, not competition.
Yeah.
You know, and collaborating with all the different artists and musicians." And and these guys are multi-skilled. I mean, they're growing weed. They're educated on using it medicinally. I mean, they had to fight for it. They had to get an education on it, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Why are so many patients educated? Because we had to be. Our doctors weren't.
That's right.
Most physicians.
Shows come in collaboration. The shows just get with other people.
Yeah.
You've got your own stuff. greenirene.ca, your website, you're doing your own thing.
Yeah.
And you take time and you do shows, and you promote what you're doing, and you're helping patients.
Exactly. That's what it's all about.
It's all about
and I didn't get a second lease on life to make it to do the same bullshit all over again. It's about helping.
Yourself and our sponsor, Dr. Buck, similar situation. People who were against cannabis because of what they were taught, whatever.
Public service announcements.
And then when they got sick, that all changed.
It really did.
And look at Dr. Buck now. I just call him Dr. Buck.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Gary's not in here right now, but if he were, he'd tell you. Back in the day, about 15, 16, maybe a little bit longer now, maybe closer to 20 years ago, I have articles published against the legalization of cannabis. I was very, very against it for a lot of different reasons. And all of it was directly related to the education I got because I had a narrow vision on the type of information I was absorbing. Right. Plus, I was educated by public service announcements. So when I got sick and he suggested cannabis, no way. What the hell is wrong with you? Yeah. I said the same to my brother. But it got to that point, Al. It's with the pills. You know this. They work. They work for a little while until they don't.
Yeah,
and then you got to double.
The zombie effect.
Right? I was in a pharmaceutical haze for 10 plus freaking years.
I know cannabis has saved me from a lot of pharmaceuticals because, other than while I'm hospitalized, I've never had an opiate prescription.
Wow.
That's the only time is when I've been in the hospital.
Wow.
It's just cannabis. Now, I'm on other medications. Like I'm taking a medication every 8 weeks through an IV. So I have to go into a clinic and get that done.
You have a disease that you are coping with.
Yeah, it has no cure. So, that's all part of the management end of things. And,
that's right.
I use cannabis for everything else.
Yeah, so. And you use cannabis for managing that though.
Yeah, for sure. And, I did have a time. I went 2 years without any biological drugs going on, and I just used cannabis.
Yeah.
No, I ended up with cancer. That's why I had to switch over to nothing.
Right.
And it wasn't until a flare up. Now I'm on this other drug that doesn't cause cancer. So.
Right. Yeah. Here we go again.
Yeah. Well, see, not saying my last cancer was caused. Yeah. Cancer was caused, but there was a small percentage.
The correlation is there.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you've got the right, if the wind's blowing the right way and the doohickey fell that way and this happened and that happened there and everything fell in line, you were just that lucky son of a bitch for you.
That's right.
Right? Yeah, no, I hear you. And
so it's...
And I hope you have maintained the same philosophy I did. If it didn't kill me the first time, it lost its chance.
Well, that's my philosophy when I go into these procedures.
Right.
Well, they didn't kill the person that did it before me. And
what number am I?
Yeah.
What are the statistics here?
Exactly.
Yeah, no, it can be.
Medical
can be very, very scary, and hypnosis helps with a lot of procedures.
Good.
For a lot of different things. I've helped a lot of different patients go through different stuff. James Braid introduced it back during the war times to be able to do glove anesthesia on people where they could just cut your leg off while you were sitting there whistling Dixie and put a new leg on you, and up you got and away you went, and that pain was just not registered in the brain, and that is perfectly through hypnosis. James Braid, he's one of the fathers of hypnosis.
Yeah.
But pain and glove anesthesia, it's amazing stuff. And the truth is, we want to feel pain. Remember, your grandfather probably said the same thing mine did. That's just a little pain. That's God letting you know you're still alive, right?
Yeah.
A little bit of pain here and there is not a bad thing. It's a little bit of chronic pain.
Chronic pain, the constant. Yeah.
And learning how to use cannabis therapeutically. Yeah, exactly. Because let's face it, we all know how to use it recreational. Roll a joint, spark a joint, kick back, and just
do the research.
See my thing on spiders the other night? That's kicking back and zoning out. That's using it recreationally.
Well, we're almost at the 2 hour mark.
Okay.
Yeah, and my ride will probably be here
in a matter of minutes.
Well, probably within 15 minutes. So we should sort of remind people to click on the link in order to get a chance to win one of 2 free weekend passes. That's both days, Saturday and Sunday.
And I'm going to share these screens. This is what you should be seeing when you get to that page. It's a MailChimp page. I will double check the links after we're offline and things settle down a bit. I will go on to Facebook and check it all out. But Basically, it's fill out this form, email address, and your first name. That's really all you have to fill out. But I'd really like to know what PACE shows you're enjoying, what PACE shows you're watching, what you have to, because they're also at different times. All of my shows are at noon, and I like that consistency.
Yeah, the week reporters is before noon. We've only actually got a one evening show.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's it. And that's just the PACE radio show.
Right.
Everything else is through the daytime.
Okay.
You know, people are at work. That's the great thing about podcasts.
Yeah.
People get home.
Well, here.
They're there. They are there, available for people to watch. Whether it's on our website at paceradio.net, whether it's on our YouTube channel, whether it's on our Facebook page.
Which is awesome. They can download it from everywhere, watch it from any point.
Yeah.
So there's a question here. It says, "What's your favorite thing about cannabis?" But you know what? If you wanted to answer that, anything else, like tell us what time you're watching it. But just give us some information so we can help you, right? That's what it's all about. It's patients advocating cannabis education and to help you.
See, when the name was being developed, it was, should it be patients or people?
I mix it up all the time.
Yeah.
I'll go back and forth.
And I ended up going with people.
Right.
Because it wasn't just patients that I was involved in.
That's right.
There was people that were fighting for legalization, and I'm fighting for legalization as well as access for patients. Yeah. So and educating people. So, you know, it's the people.
That's right.
So that's why I went with people.
I love that. I really do, because it is. It's about the people, and it's not just about the patients.
No.
And it's not. Yeah.
It's the people who are going to jail.
Right.
You know, like I know somebody who was busted for 3 grams of cannabis, and 40 years later they're worried about going across the border.
Oh my God. How awful is that, right?
Yeah.
To have those freedoms stripped away from you because of an unjust law.
Yeah. Yeah.
And isn't there something
and it's legal now, right?
Yeah.
Still, that is there. Like,
and
they can go in and get a
pardon,
but
how long does that take?
If that patient's got it already on CPAC,
right,
where the U.S. can access some of these files, then
wow, scary. All because of a medicine and it's not just a medicine. It's a natural supplement. It's a superfood. We need it nutritionally speaking.
Dr. Courtney always said it's a vegetable and it should be part of our dietary supplements.
It really should be. It really should be. It contains all of the essential nutrients, amino acids, fats, everything we absolutely need, the building blocks to sustain human life. It is a superfood on the nutritional scale. And that's a huge thing to talk about in and of itself.
It's a full on its own.
Right? Yeah.
Now, we should remind everybody too, next Tuesday,
tune in at noon to paceradio.net, and you will learn a lot more about Green Irene's THC Talk Time. I'm hoping to have a couple of guests on the show. We'll be talking a little bit about the show, but I'm also hoping to have a guest on the show. We just haven't fully secured any of that yet.
That particular guest, no. But the idea behind the show, you may not always have a guest. You might be on the road, is what I'm saying.
Correct.
And going to a store or a business and talking cannabis with them.
That's right.
It's not just a guest that you're going to see in a studio setting.
Exactly. And I have no idea what each show is going to be. So marketing and promo isn't that easy. You really do just have to tune in and say, hey, what'd she do this week? Sometimes I got time to get out a promo. Sometimes you've got time to give me a hint. But, it takes a lot of time. So you really do just have to tune in. But add us to your favorites, right? Let us know what you're thinking when and if you can. You can always reach me at info@greenirene.ca or through the website paceradio.net, right? Because you got all my info up there.
That's the easiest way. That's the easiest way.
It really genuinely is.
You end up with a bunch of email addresses, right?
Right?
So
and
just go there. There's a message board.
I'm there. It'll come to me.
That's right. Exactly.
So a bunch of different shows. Here's a pretty good lineup, almost like an old TV guide. There it is. Click on the ones that you enjoy listening to. Click them all. Click none. You don't have to answer.
And you've got them all in a row. You got them all when they air, Monday to the weekend. I'm saying it to the weekend because usually on the road is something that's usually happening on the weekend, an event or something. But sometimes, like today, I'm on the road and I come here to Green Irene's green room here and do this. You know, have some karma stuff. Announce your new show. Tell some people about your show. Let people know there's more stuff coming down the pipe.
Yeah, and give away those tickets. So guys, get on there. We will be announcing the winner on the very first debut show of Green Irene's THC Talk Time. So noon, Tuesday, September 6th. Tune in for absolute certain and win yourself. We have 2 to give away. Weekend. Thank you. Oh my God, words failed me. Yeah, weekend passes for the Karma Cup. Let's work together. You know, I'm starting to really feel like, who were those guys? Cheech and Chong, right? Honest officer.
Well, at least we haven't gotten into that comatose stage where.
No,
we were talking about that last at the other show the other day.
Yeah, I kind of did. We did that whole zone out because I think we got a heavy indica at one point. But hey, we fixed that real quick with another sativa, right?
That's right.
Fully hopping
or have a CBD joint.
Right.
Because the CBD will help bring it down from the high.
Yeah, absolutely. So does peppercorn. I haven't done it with us, but normally I'll have a little bowl of peppercorn on the table. Yeah. You take those peppercorns, roll them around on your tongue. The terpenes that are in peppercorn, it's a different type of beta caryophyllene, and what it does is it dampens the effects of the THC. So roll them around on your tongue for 2-3 minutes, spit them out, whatever, and you feel a little bit better. But when you're dozing off, for those of us who never get sleep, it's like, no, fuck it, I'll do that. Carry on without me. No, I would never really do that to our audience. But yeah, so this link is real easy. I'll double check it a little bit later from my phone just to make sure that it's up and running properly. But that's how you can win a weekend pass to the 9th annual Karma Cup event. Thank you to Pace Radio on the road. We got 2 tickets. All right, sign up. Get on there and win your tickets, and I will see you there. We will be choosing a winner next week on Tuesday at noon. Your name will be in here if you have signed up, and the random generator will pull your number. If you want to know more about the event, you can find it here.
That's just the first name.
We're going to pull both names there, but one at a time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And buying your judge's kit, I don't know if you can get a judge kit anymore. I'm pretty sure they're all gone.
Yeah, but you can always check, right?
Yeah, you never know.
There's never wrong with something, not just check.
You never know. Yeah. You never know. That's right. But so if you don't win from your free tickets from us, you can certainly order your own from their website at thekarmacup.com. Once again, you find us everywhere you need to on social media. We're on Spreaker. We're there. We're YouTube.
Yeah. Twitter. And then through Spreaker, it goes through all those different audio apps. Spreads it out.
Yeah. I can't think of anything else to talk about, to be quite honest. I'm higher than a flippin' kite.
Did Chatty get quiet? Remember we were talking at the beginning of Chatty?
Yeah. I got another thing.
Okay. All right. Well, that's it then.
It is.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching.
I guess we could. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry. Go ahead. I'm getting our stuff ready.
You're getting that part ready. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in and watching the broadcast. Don't forget, get your name in there in order to win the passes. Something you don't want to miss. And if you don't win, buy a ticket.
It's so affordable and so absolutely worth it. Honest to God, the Karma Cup is like Christmas and Halloween all wrapped into one for cannabis lovers. I myself look so forward to this. I actually have a jar of savings. So this is my Karma savings kit, right? Like I love Karma Cup. And it's worth it every year. I am so grateful to Sarah for continuing on this passion and the legacy of it. And I hope to talk to her about the evolution.
If the cost is prohibitive for people, I believe I'm pretty sure that people get together, 4 or 5 people, and jump in on it together and do a group purchase.
Okay.
And then you have your little parties with those same people, right?
That's right. Like as far as the cup.
And then you have to divide up your goodies,
No, but you're doing it anyway. You're hanging out with friends. And
that's true.
Yeah, right? Yeah. My brother and I did that one year. We split on a kit. Funds were a little bit tighter that year. It happens. And so we split this kit, and it was kind of tough because there were some we both really wanted. You know what we did? We did a show and shared them on the show.
Oh, there you go.
The ones we both really wanted, and the rest, and he got stuck with the mango juice that year.
No, I like mango juice.
But you don't remember what happened? Apparently it fermented in the can.
Huh?
It fermented in the can. Good news is of course they got the news out to everybody right away.
Yeah.
There was a high alert. So, and it didn't kill anybody, right? It's silly ridiculous.
Yeah.
It just didn't
Shelf
stable products. Check out thekarmacup.com. On that note, we're
tomorrow, Wednesday. You're on at noon.
Oh yeah. I'll be there.
Right?
I am.
Okay. Cannabis and creative visualization.
Yes.
At
See,
noon.
it is a mouthful though.
It is a mouthful.
Yeah,
it is.
Yes, cannabis and creative visualizations at noon.
Yeah, and then the Pace Radio show is on at 8 o'clock.
At 8 o'clock in the evening, which is a nice show to listen to when you're winding down, enjoying an indica, a sativa, and if you've got a judge kit, make sure you get your pictures up there to maybe win another one using the hashtag Pick22. Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks
Cheers.
for tuning in. Talk to you soon.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.
The views expressed by the individuals during this broadcast are their own opinions, and they may not be the same as those of their group or other organizations they may be involved with.
BMA Hydroponics has everything you need to succeed. Visit our hydroponics superstore at 404 Maitland Drive in Belleville, and we'll show you how to grow your own quality cannabis for pennies per gram. We're open Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Thursdays and Fridays from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Call 613-967-9888. BMA Hydroponics. It's worth the drive.
The only way to go.
At Legacy 420, we believe in being different.
Experience the difference of quality control.
Our labs provide tested formulations for all of our products.
Experience the difference in trust.
Our customers can trust that we are following up-to-date COVID precautions for their safety.
Experience the difference in accessibility.
We're open 7 days a week. Please visit our website, legacy420.com, or contact us for curbside pickup as well as nationwide mail order shipping.
Legacy 420 values overall wellness.
Come and experience the difference of Legacy 420.
Did you know that the Pace Radio Network isn't just a radio network? That's right, because most, but not all of our programming is now done via video and is then podcasted at paceradio.net. So if you want to watch our programming, you'll find us on the Pace Radio Network's Facebook page, plus the show's own page, and you'll find us live on the network's YouTube channel. And don't forget, you can find it all, video and audio, at paceradio.net.
A doctor's job is to relieve your pains. And when it comes to growing cannabis, the biggest pain is trimming. Let Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions take the pain away. Whether you're a home grower or a commercial operation, we have the cure. From 4 plants to 400 plants, garden size doesn't matter. Dr. Buck Cannabis Trimming Solutions comes to you with years of experience and professional discreet service. It's simple. We trim your weed and we do a damn good job. Visit drbuckcts.com to book your trimming.
Enjoy the buzz of legalization with Campbellford Lifestyle Shop. From lights to plant nutrients, books, consumption accessories, and more. We've got all your basics to grow or consume cannabis. Visit our info center or take a look at our piercing services and body jewelry, now available in-store through Campbellford Lifestyle Shop, 17 Bridge Street West, Campbellford.
You're listening to the Pace Radio Network here at paceradio.net.